There could be a number of reasons of why you want to know if a specific lady trusts you. It could be, for example, that you want to make sure that she's not codependent or insecure in a relationship. Or it could simply be to find out if the bond that you have together can actually develop into something stronger. Because let's face it, if you don't really trust the person that you're dating, it's, well, majorly unlikely you will have a long-term relationship with them. So today, let's dive into the many different signs that a lady trusts you. Like and subscribe and don't move. The very first sign is she does not act suspicious. This, friends, is probably the most easiest sign to spot. I'm sure you've been in a relationship in the past that you feel that the lady is always looking over your shoulder. Whenever you pick up your phone to answer a call or even just swiping through Instagram, she's going to be looking over your shoulder just to see what it is you're actually getting up to. So have a think. Does she ask who called you or even who messaged you? If so, it could be a sign that she might have an element of distrust in your behaviour. However, though, on the flip side, if she does not become passive aggressive, she doesn't seem fazed about the people that have contacted you, well, it's a sign that she trusts you. She doesn't check up on you. If you go out with a bunch of guys for the day or even on a lad's holiday, if she doesn't show any signs of frantic panic to find out what you're doing and who you're going with, this is a sign that she trusts you. You can also spot this in her behaviour when you arrive home late. Of course, let's say arriving home's a little bit disrespectful. Let's say, for example, she's cooked a fancy meal and she's told you hours in advance that you have to be home for a certain time. Of course, it makes sense that she's going to be a little bit irritated if you show up an hour late. However, though, you can judge someone's behaviour in this moment to really understand if she trusts you or not. If she becomes passive aggressive and is more concerned of who you were with and what you were doing, as opposed to being an hour late and making sure you weren't in a car crash, well, yeah, that's going to help you identify if she trusts you or not. She asks for your guidance or even your help. A lady that asks you for your help is someone that trusts that you can do the job well or just provide amazing advice and that you won't be rude or unkind in any way. Let's take, for example, a decision that she needs to make. If she comes to you with her choices and asks you to help her pick between, let's say, a course to study, this is an element of trust. She wants you to offer guidance of what you think will be the best fit for her. It does sound a little bit fluffy, doesn't it? How does someone asking for your advice mean they trust you? Well, think of it in this way. Someone that you are letting yourself love and letting them love you back, well, you won't feel that need to compete with them. You don't feel the need to undervalue their advice, and you don't find them threatening in any way. Usually, a girl that does not trust you will not want to hear any of your advice to help her out. And that is because she feels that you won't provide good advice and that she can't trust you. You are involved in major decisions that she makes. Now, this tip does tie in pretty close to the previous one. A lady that makes major life decisions and has you included is a lady that trusts you and values you greatly. A very simple example would be she doesn't want to take that new job move because, well, it means she can't have a relationship with you because maybe she's going to move across the world many miles away and she doesn't want to miss out on you. She can communicate freely. This is the most important sign of the video. If you've ever dated someone that has got a lot going on internally and lacks their trust for you, you will totally understand this next point. Someone that trusts you is able to be honest and they are going to have amazingly open communication in the relationship. That means they can tell you if they feel hurt. They can say, hey, you did this and I didn't like it. Or maybe, can you do more of this? Or even simply, I'm developing strong feelings for you and I think you are incredible. Someone that does not trust us will not tell us these nice things. Sometimes people that don't trust us won't even tell us when they are annoyed at our actions. Instead, they just detach and become passive aggressive and try to punish us. So think of it in this way. Someone that trusts you will want to always build a meaningful connection, even during those sad, hurtful times. She introduces you to her VIPs. Her VIPs are the close unit of people that she hangs out with. Could be parents, could be friends, or even extended family members or guardians. Someone that does not trust you is gonna feel very uneasy and not want to explore life with you. Mainly, she doesn't want to open up to you and doesn't want you to meet these important people, and it could be because she's not really too sure how the relationship is going to play out long term. When, on the other hand, if you have met these close people, it's a big sign that she does trust you. Now, a good rule of thumb is that you should meet your ladies' VIPs within the first 6 months. But let's say perhaps that maybe these people live miles away, you've never met them. Obviously, she's still going to talk to these people on the phone, and if you've had brief conversations, if you know all about them, this is a sign that you have been included into the life of these VIPs. So even if you find yourself in a conversation where she's telling you all about her best friend's boyfriend troubles, and you find yourself getting pretty bored, this is actually a big deal. She is emotionally offloading her friend's problems onto you, and that's because she trusts you. You probably didn't expect this, did you, lads? But a girl that complains about things to you is a sign that she wants to emotionally connect and open up to you, also known as trusting you. She is affectionate. Let's forget about verbal communication and talk about the non-verbal signs for a second. Do you feel that she's actually emotionally close to you? Does she engage in prolonged eye contact? Is she warm, affectionate when she tells you stories about her day, no matter if they are good or bad? Does she let you speak when you're not feeling good? Does she have signs of loving tones in her voice when you speak as well? If so, these are all signs she trusts you. If she is able to emotionally connect to you, no matter if you feel good or bad, it means she wants you to stick around for the long haul, she cares about you, therefore she can trust you. She treats you with respect. It is very hard, to disrespect someone we trust. So if you notice she's always putting you down, talking about your faults, telling you to improve, basically any form of behaviour which does not come from a compassionate place of love, well, it means she's got something going on internally that's preventing her from trusting you. She opens up. The biggest sign of trust in a relationship is emotionally sharing our past. It could be those traumatic things that have happened to us. It could be our fears or even weaknesses. So if you have already had that heart-to-heart conversation where she's actually told you those nitty-gritty deep down things that she doesn't tell people in a way to feel empowered, this is a huge deal. It's a sign that she trusts you with that very sensitive information. People that don't trust have a hard time opening up to people. It will always feel that you're having a surface level relationship. She initiates. It could be communication or even sexual advances. Someone that trusts us is willing to share and connect. And you know what? They will not be afraid of that rejection. They won't get upset if you don't respond to their text message within a certain hour. And they don't get upset if you tell them, you know what, tonight I'm just not feeling in the mood. Let's just cuddle instead. Most people that don't trust us are a lot less willing to put themselves out there because they fear rejection. Now, of course, we all naturally fear rejection, and it does suck when we do get rejected. However, someone that trusts you is more willing to offer something with that chance that they won't get it back, just because they want you to feel good to build a connection. And you will find that if she doesn't offer communication first, she's never calling you first, she never really makes any effort to set up dates, well, it's a sign she's closed off and she does not trust you. She remembers the small things. Someone that trusts us can emotionally invest. They understand how important the small things are for us. For example, she could buy you an incredibly thoughtful birthday gift, or she gives you something just for the sake of it because she knows you will appreciate it. She is able to look outside of herself and focus on your needs, and that means offering you support and leverage whenever she can. Now, this is not a rule of thumb to go by in a relationship, but it's a good one to be mindful of. So let's say you do receive gifts or small somethings when there's not really a reason to celebrate it. It could just be a random gift on a Tuesday afternoon. It's a sign they trust you. For example, if she arrives to your apartment with your favourite coffee order and your favourite takeaway on a day that's, well, just random or a day where you're not feeling your best, Well, it's a sign of trust, as she's trying to go outside of herself to make you feel good. She is willing for you to invade her personal space. Someone that is okay to share their life with us is someone that trusts us. They don't get aggressive when their partner wants to come along and do things with them. I had a friend whose relationship sadly ended in a bad way, and after talking to him about it, we both realised that that girl never actually trusted him. Now here's the example. He used to go over to her apartment and he would leave a spare set of pyjamas and a toothbrush in the bathroom. However, every time he went back over, she would always say, "Oh, you left your stuff here. I washed your pyjamas and also here's your toothbrush," and then handed him his belongings. Now, naturally, when we date someone, we kind of merge in our personal space together. We do leave an extra jacket, pair of shoes, a spare toothbrush at their house because, well, we are expecting to go back there again. So if you notice that your lady is trying to keep her space strictly hers and your space strictly yours, well, it's a sign she does not feel trust. There you go, we've reached the end of the video. I really hope this video helped. Leave your comments down below if you feel I've missed something from today's video. And one more thing, if you want to get your name rolling up like these people's names just here, then all you have to do is click the link in the description bar to find out a little bit more. Have an amazing day, like and subscribe. See you soon.